Alright, okay, so what's happening? I genuinely wasn't gonna make this video. I was editing another one, everything was going fine, and then I saw the new Sakamoto Days leak, and I just sat there. I stared at my phone for like a whole minute thinking, nah, there's no fucking way we're doing this again. Because I swear to god, reading Sakamoto Days every Sunday feels less like following a manga and more like watching Kurosawa lose all hope after the second goal. Yeah, I'm watching fucking FIFA. I touch grass, assholes. It's gonna be horrible. Somebody should stop it, but you can't look away because a small part of your brain is going, maybe he'll make it right this time around. Maybe. That's too many maybes. And the fucked up part is, this manga used to be really good. People who started it reading recently probably don't get why old readers are losing their minds. They think we have been reading some absurd action comedy where logic doesn't matter. No. Chapter 1 to around the time Takamura and Gaku stuff, that shit was great. It was basically this grounded John Wick parody with a bit of family drama and action scenes, and somehow managed to be ridiculous without feeling completely fucking stupid. There was an identity there. Now I don't even know what this manga is trying to be. And honestly, I think the exact moment the steering wheel came off was Takamura's death. I'm dead serious. Or maybe I have some sort of attachment from characters named Takamura. Looking at you, Hajime no Ippo. I think Suzuki-san accidentally wrote himself into a corner. It took a whole damn syndicate and Uzuki becoming Takamura himself just to kill that old bastard. Everybody had to jump him. They finally got rid of him, and then Uzuki comes out of it looking so unbelievably broken that I genuinely don't think Suzuki-san knew how to move the story forward. Like, power scaling gone, consequences gone, people fucking dying. Forget about it, we'll bring them back. At this point, surviving a fatal injury in Sakamoto Days feels less impulsive than ordering a coffee. If you have been an antisocial, face-level 10 guy with zero female interaction for your entire life. Seriously, everybody lives. A guy getting stabbed 12 times, he's fine. Another guy turned into modern art, walk it off, dude. Shouldn't survive shit that would kill a cockroach after a nuclear apocalypse. Like, fuck off with that slice so precise, it passed through his atoms bullshit. Like, we're not reading One Punch Man, and somehow we all supposed to just nod along and go, yeah, that checks out. And now we've got Gaku coming back. Okay, spoiler alert, Gaku is coming back. I should have said this sooner. Of course he is. At this point, Suzuki is gonna tell me the guy wasn't dead. He was just a cyborg or something. And don't laugh, because this manga already has the sword cutting so perfectly that the people genuinely started joking it was a slice to atoms. You know what the real problem is though? It isn't even the aspulls. Aspulls happen all the time in manga and anime. I can live with that. The real problem is the story that feels weightless. Nobody stays dead. Nobody faces consequences. Half the side cast gets introduced with some cool designs, maybe get a rushed flashback, and then they disappear for 30 chapters because Suzuki remembers he has another 50 characters waiting in line. It's like the manga is constantly throwing new action figures at you instead of playing with the ones already on the table. And then the people criticize it. Somebody always goes, dude, it's just a gag manga. No, it fucking isn't. You just don't know the basic difference between a gag manga and a manga which has a story but has a lot of gags in it. Ahu Girl is a gag manga. School Rumble is kinda gag manga. You don't care about the plot because the joke is the plot. Sakamoto Days was never that. Sakamoto Days was a manga with gags. Big difference. Gintama did this perfectly. Sorachi could spend 3 chapters making dick jokes and then absolutely destroy you emotionally the next arc. Because underneath all that stupidity, there was still a story moving forward. That's why people cared. That's why the serious moments hit. Meanwhile, Sakamoto Days right now feels like it forgot it was supposed to be going somewhere. Like, the last time I saw the story moving forward was when Sakamoto was being carried to a safe place in an ambulance, okay? I'm loving the new fight scenes and all that, and that's why I hate the argument that readers suddenly switched up. No, we didn't. We liked the manga that existed in those early chapters. We liked the grounded hitman world, the family angle, the order, the mystery around the assassin society. We were invested because there was an actual narrative holding all the insanity together. Now it just feels like Suzuki is just pulling random shit out of the hat every week and hoping cool fights in cinematography carries him to the finish line. And to be honest, he is good at it. That, like, new Shin versus whoever that delusional rockstar character was, failed rockstar character was, it was a good fight if you don't use your mind, that's all. And here's the thing that pisses me off the most. I'm still reading it. Yes, I am still reading it. I'm literally the problem. Every Sunday, I read One Piece first. Oda is over there in Elbaf committing war crimes against mothers. Candle, fuck, I wasn't supposed to say that. Okay, so One Piece spoilers are in this too. And after reading all that, I then go over and read Nine Peaks. It's a good manga. It's a fucking great manga. It's from the mangaka of Clover, which is also a fucking great manga. And then my dumbass goes, alright, maybe this is the week's Sakamoto days, log the fuck in, and the story moves forward. It never does. I read the chapter, I stare at my phone, I laugh because whatever I just witnessed, unbelievably stupid, that my brain refuses to process it. Then I close the app and go read some old delinquent manga from the 90s or early 20s. And honestly, maybe that's why I'm still here. Because I don't think, okay, I feel like I still have hope that the story might progress. And that's why I'm still here. Maybe we won't get a rushed ending. Maybe this is going somewhere. Okay, I'm not an artist. I mean, I'm not a mangaka. I'm not an author of a book or something, so I don't know how the story should progress. But I have read enough manga to know that constant fights aren't the answer. But because I don't think I'm reading this manga to relax anymore, I don't think I'm reading it because I'm invested in the current story either. I think every Sunday, like the absolute degenerate I am, I open the new chapter with this tiny little pathetic hope that maybe, just maybe Yuto Suzuki wakes up and remembers he's the same guy who wrote the first 50 to 100 chapters, grabs the steering wheel again and actually drives this thing somewhere. It never fucking happens. And I'll still be back next week because apparently getting emotionally manipulated by a manga that forgot where it's supposed to be is my new weekly ritual. Anyways, this was more of a rant than proper video. The next one will probably be one of the deeper psychological dives I usually like doing, but I had to get this out of my system. And if you're still reading Sakamoto Days after all this bullshit, don't worry. You're just as fucking delusional as I am. Okay, see you guys. Be sure to subscribe and all that.